I'm Adam Dickinson. I'm a real estate appraiser in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, and I'm also involved in some nonprofit housing initiatives. I think these two intersect in some interesting ways, and made this video series to discuss some of those. One topic to consider when thinking about the value of subsidized or affordable housing is the impact of funding programs for new construction of multifamily housing. For this discussion, I want to talk about how property values can be impacted by a program like the Affordable Rental Housing Program. In Canada, CMHC may fund the development of rent-geared income subsidized housing for a nonprofit in an amount up to $40,000 per unit. There is a limit of 50% of units for for-profit developers, but a nonprofit can develop up to 100% of subsidized units. In considering the property value in the context of such a program, let's think about three questions. 1. Are costs reflective of the market? 2. How are rents and vacancies different? And 3. Are expenses typical? Question 1. Are the costs reflective of market value? Sometimes, with a new building, market value is measured in part by looking at the cost of construction. This may be appropriate when a building is constructed in a way that is uniform with market norms. However, a property might not be as valuable as construction costs if it's built in a way that is inconsistent with market norms. If the market only builds 2-bedroom apartment units and a project is developed with only 3-bedroom units, its costs might not be reflective of the market's willingness to pay for such a building. Question 2. How are rents and vacancies different in a project like this? So subsidized rents tend to be designed to reflect market value. That said, if the rent levels are only updated on a multi-year cycle, there could be a lag where rents are lower than market value. Lower rents can mean lower property values. However, many subsidized housing programs guarantee, or almost guarantee, far lower vacancy and collection loss than typical in the market. So, lower rents and lower vacancies could balance each other out and make a subsidized building just as valuable or more valuable than a market rent-only building in some cases. Question 3. Are expenses typical? One expense that's often pretty central to the cost structure of a building is the property tax expense. And sometimes subsidized housing is able to be afforded lower property taxes in different jurisdictions. So if you were looking at highest and best use and maybe a purchaser was thinking about converting nonprofit housing back into market housing, they would have to consider, will their property tax bill be a lot higher than it currently is? In addition, a lot of nonprofit housing is also managed by various nonprofit entities who might be charging less than market expenses for their services. So if you were to convert a project to market, perhaps your management line would go up quite a bit and your income could come down. So that's something to consider. So those are some thoughts on market value and how it can be impacted by a program that relates to the funding of multifamily housing. I will have more videos on similar topics, so if you found this interesting and useful, please check back. Thanks.